got home at 11:30 and Dylan wasn't there, he decided to take a nap.
I started looking for him at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
When I found out Dylan was missing, my first gut reaction was Mark.
That's where the fingers started getting pointed at me.
Mark's facts are grossly incorrect.
Like I had some involvement.
It was almost Thanksgiving 2012 when 13-year-old budding athlete Dylan Redwine went to visit his father Mark in the San Juan Mountains near Vallecito, Colorado. Dylan's mother Elaine and father Mark went through a contentious divorce. Now, what could be the appalling truth is beginning to emerge. The grieving father, who claims he desperately wants to find his son, has the finger pointed at him. Mark Redwine. Damning new evidence, bringing new charges. It was a court-ordered visit when Dylan arrived in Colorado to visit his dad. The next morning, Mark says Dylan was sleeping as he went out to run some errands. When he returned, Dylan was gone. Hundreds of volunteers searched for the little boy. Cadaver dogs were brought in to canvass the area, efforts that would come up empty-handed. His father appeared distraught. Elaine Hall summoned her ex-husband Mark to the national TV show Dr. Phil in an attempt to gain some answers, but it appeared Mark was insistent on pointing the finger at Dylan's own mother.
I personally have a lot of suspicions that Elaine could be involved in this.
Elaine answered back with some serious allegations.
I was 100% sure, as I still am, that Mark was involved in Dylan's disappearance as well as, unfortunate, his untimely death.
Even Dr. Phil questioned Mark's motive for being on the show.
And you won't do one damn thing to help.
I think that was taken out of text, and I didn't have this
then you put it in context.
I put it in context.
Mark was given a polygraph test by law enforcement. The results showed deception. However, Mark explained that the results are not an accurate conclusion.
Well, they told me that I failed it. Then they told me it was inconclusive.
Redwine was given another opportunity to retake the test on the Dr. Phil show.
It's hard for me to digest all this. This is all happening way too quickly. I just feel so overwhelmed.
Excuse after excuse after excuse came out of Mark's mouth, and ultimately, it never happened. Then, 7 months into the search, a somber discovery. The melting snow revealed some of Dylan's remains about 10 miles north of his dad's house, on a twisted, unbeaten path deep in the woods. The skull was not recovered at that time. Then, 3 years into the investigation, police labeled Mark a person of interest and the death suspicious. And then the discovery that changed the course of the investigation. Hikers found Dylan's skull in further elevation up the mountain. There were marks consistent with blunt force trauma and scratches indicating the possibility of tool marks equivalent of that of a knife. Cadaver dogs picked up the scent of Dylan's blood in Mark's living room, washing machine, clothing, and in the bed of his pickup truck. But what could drive a father to brutally murder his own son? Prosecutors allege Dylan saw compromising photos of his dad wearing teen girls' clothing, makeup, and eating his own feces out of a diaper. He planned on confronting his dad during the visit. That's what cops say sent Mark into a mad rage, killing Dylan. This body cam footage shows Mark Redwine's arrest in Bellingham, Washington, where he was driving for the company CR England.
Don't move, bud, okay? Do not move. Drop a cigarette.
You guys can, you'll explain to me what's going on?
Yes, sir. Is your name Mark?
Yes, it is.
He's detained. Mark is detained.
Redwine challenged extradition to Colorado and then later waived his rights, returning to La Plata County to face second-degree murder charges and child abuse resulting in death. He faces 15 years to life in prison. Many around Indiana became obsessed with this case because it drew Mark Redwine as a person of interest in the double homicide case in Delphi, Indiana. That's where 2 teen girls similar in age as Dylan were also brutally murdered in a secluded area. Redwine appears to look very similar to the FBI composite sketch released in 2017, the same month he was arrested. But that's not all that drew suspicion to Redwine's possibility of being connected to the Delphi murders. He has a sister in Lafayette, Indiana, about 12 miles away from where teens Abby and Libby were slain. An investigation into Redwine found that he was in Indiana on February 12, 2017, picked up refrigeration systems at Indiana Packers Corporation, and had not been heard from until his arrest in July 2017. He also appears similar in build, and the gait is strikingly close as well. But no matter how many similarities there may be, Redwine has never been charged with the Indiana murders. Redwine was scheduled for jury trial in September 2019, but his attorney was arrested for domestic assault, and the hearings have been postponed until 2020. Redwine's new defense attorney has filed motions to dismiss based on circumstantial evidence regarding the skull, claiming that the markings could have been caused by animals, such as a bear or mountain lion, in the 3 years it sat in the woods. Prosecutors rebutted with a wildlife expert who stated that it is uncharacteristic for an animal to carry a skull up a mountain and dispose of it in another location. Dylan's mother and big brother Corey continue to pray for justice in hopes that one day Mark Redwine will be convicted and face the rest of his life behind bars. This is the question of the day. Is Mark Redwine guilty of murdering his own son Dylan? Comment below and let us know what you think. True Crime Investigates. Hey, what's going on? YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or wherever the hell you're watching from. I'm Anthony Greeno, and this is WKAT. And I wanted to say real quick that yes, my strike is over, but I still can't live stream for some reason. And so I sent an email to YouTube and says, all right, fix it or fix it. That's about it. And so, yeah, I should be able to go live streaming on my channel. Redwine was arrested in July 2017. Ironically, okay, now this is how this investigation into Redwine kind of went out, was that I had been following the Mark Redwine case for years, since 2012. And I was watching a lot of news stuff on it. And then the Delphi murders happened, and I was kind of looking into Mark and stuff like that as well. And so people was bringing up the possibility that it was maybe a trucker from Indiana Packers. And so I had it in my head. I said, you know what? I know Mark Redwine's a trucker. And so I reached out to his son, Corey, and Corey said, I sent him the picture of the bridge guy. And I said, hey, does this look like Mark to you? And he says, you know what? Mark does own a blue coat. And he drives a truck, and he has family in Indiana. I said, wow, interesting. Can you tell me where at? And he said, Lafayette. That's Lafayette. Okay. And so I ended up getting a hold of the sister and found out that Mark was there on February 12th, 2013, it's on the outside of Lafayette. It's technically still a Lafayette address, but only 12 miles away from Delphi, from the Monon High Bridge. And then found out that on that day he left on the 12th, he went to Indiana Packers to pick up refrigeration systems, and then left and was not heard from by his family members, or at least his sister, that is, until his arrest in July in Washington State. So I found that interesting. And so he has been tipped in over almost 3 years ago. He's been tipped. I never heard anything about that. I'm assuming Mark Redwine is probably not the Delphi dude, but you never know. But he did resemble the first sketch that was released, and but he doesn't resemble the new sketch, and he's too old for it. I think he's 54 now. He's probably not the guy. But I found it very interesting that he is linked to Delphi. He was in Delphi the day before the murders. Very weird how the world is so small that, I mean, some dude that's out there in Colorado that has this crime going on was in Delphi at the time. I don't know if law enforcement's talked to him about the Delphi murders, but he has been tipped. I will say that. He does resemble the bridge guy. He does walk similar. He's a liar. He failed a polygraph. He was given the opportunity to take another polygraph on Dr. Phil, and it never happened because he backed out of it. You know, so it's just interesting. I just wanted to point it out there because people was like, hey, when are you going to do the Mark Redwine video? Because I was telling everybody I'm going to redo a Mark Redwine video. And so that was the video on Redwine. And I just found it to be very interesting to tie the link in there. I'm not saying he's the bridge guy. And even in the description, it says, he's probably not the bridge guy. So, but there is a tie to him, to Indiana, and to being in Delphi the day before the murders. Thank you very much. I just fixed my hair while the video was playing because it was all screwed up. So thank you very much. So yeah, dude is a weirdo, sicko, huh? I mean, wearing teen girls' clothing, makeup, and eating his own feces out of a diaper. Wow. And that's what prosecutors are saying, that his son Dylan and Corey saw those photos. And when Dylan went to go stay with his dad for the Thanksgiving weekend in 2012, he was going to confront him about that and be like, hey, you know what? I saw these pictures. And Mark's an alcoholic. He even admitted to drinking a half a bottle of Jim Beam the night before his polygraph test at Dr. Phil. And so they're saying that Mark was probably drunked up. Dylan confronted him about that. Mark flew off the handle, killed him. The cadaver dogs found the scent of a deceased person in Dylan's blood in Mark's living room, washing machine, the clothes that Mark was wearing the night of the disappearance, and in the bed of his pickup truck. So isn't that interesting? It's very interesting to me. So yeah, Mark Redwine's sick dude. Yeah, that's a bad dude right there. He's a weirdo. Very, very much so a weirdo. It's just, I don't know. It's a little insane that someone goes that far to do weird stuff like that. I mean, I don't understand why anybody would do anything like that. But, I guess you never really know about people, So, Super Chat is not enabled quite yet on this channel. It will be. We do have 1,000 subscribers. We will enable Super Chat in the future. However, if you'd like to make a donation, then please visit the PayPal donation page. It's the link found on your screen, and is also at the very top of your screen. You type in paypal.me/Anthony Greeno, and you can make a donation. Also have updated information on Thomas Bruce. And I will go over that later on Haunted Reflections. We can go over there and we can talk about that. I'm surprised that Kat is not already on top of it, but updated information on Thomas Bruce today, ladies and gentlemen. May be surprising to some of y'all. Definitely a surprise to me. So, I mean, have I said that Thomas Bruce was the bridge guy? No, I've never said that. I've never said that. But I will say that the evidence or the what's coming out about Thomas Bruce now is quite, I don't know. It's bringing out some evidence that Thomas Bruce he could be involved. Okay. So that's the first time I've ever said that. And I can't tell you guys until I go live on Haunted Reflections later. So if you guys go type in Haunted Reflections on YouTube, and you will see Jess and I on there. And we will discuss it there. Okay. So I will put together a video, and we will air it around 8 o'clock tonight. And we will go over that. Okay. But you got to go over to Haunted Reflections and subscribe to that channel. If you guys want to hear the information and see the video that I'm making on Thomas Bruce, we can talk about it there. All right. So I'm trying to get more people directed over to that channel. That way you guys can get over there and subscribe to her channel, and we can talk about things like that. So, but yeah, I will make a short video on that, and we will discuss it. And wow, I am super hot in here. It's not just necessarily a haunting channel. That's what it's called, Haunted Reflections. So that's where we're going to go, because I'm trying to direct people over there so we can get more subscribers on that channel. Well, we were talking about Mark Redwine because Mark Redwine was linked to Delphi. That's why. So for everybody that didn't know, Redwine was in Delphi the day before the murders and was at Indiana Packers, just 2.3 miles away from the crime scene the day before the murders, and was never heard from since until his arrest in July 2017. So okay. Yeah, so there is an update about Thomas Bruce. Thomas Bruce is another story. We'll talk about Thomas Bruce at another time. Later on, Redwine is a trucker. Do you just want me to play the video again? For everybody that arrived late, you guys want me to play the video again real quick? It's only like 6 minutes long. You want me to show you? Because I can. Let's take a vote, yes or no. Okay, so yes, yes, yes. I got 3 yeses. I'll take 10 votes. Yes. There's 4. All we need is 2 more. Okay, there they are. I'm going to play the video again on Redwine. Give me just a second. I'll go back and grab it. And I will play the video on Mark Redwine. And then you guys can check it out and check out his link to Delphi. And then we can go from there. Okay. So let me go grab it and I'll be right back. But I'm still here, but let me go get the video on Mark Redwine. And we will show you guys just who Mark Redwine is. For the people that are arriving late, this is the last time I'm going to play this video today. And then you guys can make a determination based on that. All right, so I'll play it one more time, and that'll give me a chance to go grab a drink and chill out for just a second. So I'll be right back.
Apparently, when he got home at 11:30 and Dylan wasn't there, he decided to take a nap.
Started looking for him at 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
When I found out Dylan was missing, my first gut reaction was Mark.
That's where the fingers started getting pointed at me.
Mark's facts are grossly incorrect.
Like I had some involvement.
It was almost Thanksgiving 2012 when 13-year-old budding athlete Dylan Redwine went to visit his father Mark in the San Juan Mountains near Vallecito, Colorado. Dylan's mother Elaine and father Mark went through a contentious divorce. Now, what could be the appalling truth is beginning to emerge. The grieving father, who claims he desperately wants to find his son, has the finger pointed at him. Mark Redwine. Damning new evidence, bringing new charges. It was a court-ordered visit when Dylan arrived in Colorado to visit his dad. The next morning, Mark says Dylan was sleeping as he went out to run some errands. When he returned, Dylan was gone. Hundreds of volunteers searched for the little boy. Cadaver dogs were brought in to canvass the area, efforts that would come up empty-handed. His father appeared distraught. Elaine Hall summoned her ex-husband Mark to the national TV show Dr. Phil in an attempt to gain some answers, but it appeared Mark was insistent on pointing the finger at Dylan's own mother.
I personally have a lot of suspicions that Elaine could be involved in this.
Elaine answered back with some serious allegations.
I was 100% sure, as I still am, that Mark was involved in Dylan's disappearance as well as, unfortunate, his untimely death.
Even Dr. Phil questioned Mark's motive for being on the show.
And you won't do one damn thing to help.
I think that was taken out of text, and I didn't have this
then you put it in context.
I put it in context.
Mark was given a polygraph test by law enforcement. The results showed deception. However, Mark explained that the results are not an accurate conclusion.
Well, they told me that I failed it. Then they told me it was inconclusive.
Redwine was given another opportunity to retake the test on the Dr. Phil show.
It's hard for me to digest all this. This is all happening way too quickly. I just feel so overwhelmed.
Excuse after excuse after excuse came out of Mark's mouth, and ultimately, it never happened. Then, 7 months into the search, a somber discovery. The melting snow revealed some of Dylan's remains about 10 miles north of his dad's house, on a twisted, unbeaten path deep in the woods. The skull was not recovered at that time. Then, 3 years into the investigation, police labeled Mark a person of interest and the death suspicious. And then the discovery that changed the course of the investigation. Hikers found Dylan's skull in further elevation up the mountain. There were marks consistent with blunt force trauma and scratches indicating the possibility of tool marks equivalent of that of a knife. Cadaver dogs picked up the scent of Dylan's blood in Mark's living room, washing machine, clothing, and in the bed of his pickup truck. But what could drive a father to brutally murder his own son? Prosecutors allege Dylan saw compromising photos of his dad wearing teen girls' clothing, makeup, and eating his own feces out of a diaper. He planned on confronting his dad during the visit. That's what cops say sent Mark into a mad rage, killing Dylan. This body cam footage shows Mark Redwine's arrest in Bellingham, Washington, where he was driving for the company CR England.
Don't move, bud, okay? Do not move. Drop a cigarette.
You guys can, you'll explain to me what's going on?
Yes, sir. Is your name Mark?
Yes, it is.
He's detained. Mark is detained.
Redwine challenged extradition to Colorado and then later waived his rights, returning to La Plata County to face second-degree murder charges and child abuse resulting in death. He faces 15 years to life in prison. Many around Indiana became obsessed with this case because it drew Mark Redwine as a person of interest in the double homicide case in Delphi, Indiana. That's where 2 teen girls similar in age as Dylan were also brutally murdered in a secluded area. Redwine appears to look very similar to the FBI composite sketch released in 2017, the same month he was arrested. But that's not all that drew suspicion to Redwine's possibility of being connected to the Delphi murders. He has a sister in Lafayette, Indiana, about 12 miles away from where teens Abby and Libby were slain. An investigation into Redwine found that he was in Indiana on February 12, 2017, picked up refrigeration systems at Indiana Packers Corporation, and had not been heard from until his arrest in July 2017. He also appears similar in build, and the gait is strikingly close as well. But no matter how many similarities there may be, Redwine has never been charged with the Indiana murders. Redwine was scheduled for jury trial in September 2019, but his attorney was arrested for domestic assault and the hearings have been postponed until 2020. Redwine's new defense attorney has filed motions to dismiss based on circumstantial evidence regarding the skull, claiming that the markings could have been caused by animals, such as a bear or mountain lion, in the 3 years it sat in the woods. Prosecutors rebutted with a wildlife expert who stated that it is uncharacteristic for an animal to carry a skull up a mountain and dispose of it in another location. Dylan's mother and big brother Corey continue to pray for justice in hopes that one day Mark Redwine will be convicted and face the rest of his life behind bars. This is the question of the day. Is Mark Redwine guilty of murdering his own son Dylan? Comment below and let us know what you think. True Crime investigates. Okay, so people are saying, can you show proof that Mark Redwine was in Delphi on the day before the murders? Well, yeah, you know what? I can. His company log, CR England. Okay, now you're asking me to go back over almost 3 years ago and pull up screenshots from his sister that who the hell knows where the hell that's at. Okay, now if you go and if you just do a little investigating like me and you contact the son and ask him, does Mark have family in Indiana? And he says yes, and then you contact them. And okay, so yeah, Redwine is not a suspect in the Delphi case. Never said that. But you see, I'm not going to go and take screenshots from somebody anyway and post them online because that is very disrespectful to anybody. So I'm not going to do that. But all you got to do is just do some investigation work. A lot of people say, well, can you show this? Can you show this? Can you show this? Can you show this? Well, why don't you just go do the investigative work like I do? It's not that hard. You contact CR England. Okay, now this is 3 years ago when I was doing this. This information is old information. I'm just remaking the video, okay, and bringing it out there because now we have the suspect video that we can compare the walk to. And I wanted to do this because people had been asking me. And plus, the other information that I had prior on Mark Redwine was deleted in my old channel. So, and you know what? I mentioned that Scott LaFond, law enforcement says, not a person of interest, not a suspect in the case. And they reiterated, just because a person is tipped in does not mean they become a person of interest or a suspect in the case. Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter quotes that. So, I bet Mark Redwine is having a shitty day, don't you think? Mr. Redwine. I found it funny. Sorry. I mean, I don't think Bruce is the person either, but I'm going to say that there's evidence that would point to Bruce possibly maybe being, but I wouldn't say that he is. Because law enforcement said it that it's probably not someone that's in custody. You know what I mean? So they're still looking for the killer out there somewhere. So there you go. So that's the link right there, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to make a PayPal donation, then please visit the PayPal donation page right there on the screen. If you want to send me an email, please do so at the email on your screen. And now it's time to answer questions and comments about Mark Redwine. So I'm glad that you guys like my True Crime Investigates channel. It's really fun. I love doing this. This is absolutely the best thing that I ever have come across was YouTube. Was to be able to do YouTube and podcasts and things like that. So very interesting. So fun. Because it's like, I don't really have any friends. I mean, I've got Jess and I've got my friend Sully, right? And I got like Kat, but we don't, I'm a little bit of a distance from Kat. So it's like, we're not hanging out all the time. And, but it's like, I don't hang out with anybody but you guys. It's like my friends are social media friends. So it's, I mean, that's kind of what I do. You guys are my friends, you know? So thank you very much for joining me here today. So does anybody have any questions on Redwine or anything like that? Because that's kind of what the video was about, was to talk a little bit about Redwine, his case. You know, anything that you guys want to talk about. Yeah. So Haunted Reflections at 8 o'clock tonight. You guys can join us over there. What are the Delphi connections? He has a sister in Lafayette, okay, about 12 miles away. He was at Indiana Packers. Here, I can pull up the map. Hold on. Let me pull up the map of the area. Yep, Redwine did take a polygraph test, and he failed his first polygraph test, and he was given the opportunity to do another one on Dr. Phil, and he refused. Okay, so what are the Delphi connections? Well, let's zoom on into Delphi, Indiana, please. All right. And I'm going to take this back some time to April 2017. Okay, so here we are. So here's the Monon High Bridge right here in Delphi. And if you go just down the road, and I'm not going to show the exact location, but somewhere around in here is where Redwine's sister lives. Okay, right here. All right, so all you do is you get on the highway and you go straight down Indiana 25. It's about 10 minutes away, maybe 15 at the most. And as you continue to go on Indiana 25, you come right up to the Freedom Bridge. Lots of semis travel this area going to and from Logansport, going this way. But we do know that Redwine stopped here at Indiana Packers. So he probably came up this way, went down here, and then hit up Indiana Packers. And that is only 2.3 miles away, straight up this road from the Monon High Bridge. Okay. 2.3 miles away from here to there. So, and if he got back on the highway and went this way, he would have went right under the Freedom Bridge. Right under it. Okay. So that would be his connections to Delphi. All right. So he was there on the 12th when he went to go pick up the refrigeration units. And that's really all we know. That he was at his sister's house on the 12th. He stayed there for a few days visiting while he was going through Indiana, and then headed out on the 12th and was never seen or heard from since by his sister, I would say. And he, until he was arrested in Bellingham, Washington. Okay. Redwine they have him in jail in La Plata County, Colorado. That's where Redwine is. He's in Colorado. He challenged extradition back to Colorado. And well, he ultimately waived his right to the extradition and then went back to Colorado. So what is the motive for killing Abby and Libby? I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he did at all. Actually, I said that in the description that he's not the bridge guy. But his link is interesting. Okay, that he does look similar to the bridge guy and stuff like that. But he's not the guy. But nobody really knows exactly. Nobody really knows what the killer's motive is. We don't know. We can guess, but we don't really know. No, law enforcement never said it was a white van they were looking for. Where did you get that information? Law enforcement never said that they were looking for a white van. They said that they were looking for a vehicle that was parked, and it was actually a sedan, a car. Okay, they're looking for a car that was parked right here. A car parked right here on February 13th between the hours of noon and 5. Between the hours of noon and 5. Not from noon to 5, but between the hours. If you're seeing that maybe they said a white van on another channel, then I would encourage you to correct that, because it is not a white van. They've never said that. They want information on the vehicle. They want to know what kind of vehicle that was there. Okay? So that's what they want to know. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, he did say that with Bruce. But then again, we're just guessing here. We're all guessing. None of us really have any proof that any of these people were at the high bridge at that time. We don't have any proof. We can say that it's possible that they were there, but we can't say for sure 100% that dude is there. Okay? Or anything like that. But you know what? I never said that Mark Redwine was the bridge guy. Okay. I said that it was a link to Delphi, not the Delphi murders. Okay. Let's see here. So we don't really know. Yeah. Nobody knows. That's as best as it can get. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so any questions, comments, anything you guys want to talk about? Wow, what is that? It's cool looking. Anything you guys want to talk about today on this channel? We can talk for a little bit. I'm gonna make a video on Thomas Bruce here in a little while. And we can talk about it on Haunted Reflections when we go over there and we do a live or whatever, or I'll air it. I'll probably air it in a few places. I don't think McCain knew him, but I'm pretty sure Derek described what they looked like. Y'all are going to get some interesting information in the future. In regards to that kind of stuff. I can't really put it out there to anybody, but I do have some inside information on statements and things like that will be coming out from people. And I guess that you guys will just have to see. Yeah, I'm going to say no. If you want to know my thoughts, I'm going to say no, that it's nobody in custody. Okay, please specify, did flannel shirt guy say what he saw under or at the bridge, and has his story changed? Flannel shirt guy says that he walked down to the bridge. Flannel shirt guy says that he arrived here and he walked down this way. This is where the girls were dropped off. He walked down to the bridge, and upon getting to the bridge, he doesn't really go on it, that there was 2 girls on the bridge. Okay, there were 2 girls on the bridge, which would have been Cheyenne and her friend. He saw those 2 girls on the bridge. Now, flannel shirt guy says that as he was walking this way, he passed the guy in the blue coat going this way, passed him right around there. So let me go ahead and highlight that area. Okay, so he says he passed the guy right there. Okay, so as he goes down here, he gets to here. He sees Cheyenne and her friend. He turns around and he starts walking back. He gets to here. He's seen him at 247. He walks down here and then walks back. Plenty of time, almost perfect timing to get here to meet Derek at 3:15. Sees Derek at 3:15. And Derek says, did you see 2 girls? And he says, no. Okay. So he says, I seen not those 2 girls, but I seen these other 2 girls on the bridge. Okay. So flannel shirt guy eventually leaves. And Derek continues looking for the girls. So I've not had any story change with the flannel shirt guy, although I've interviewed him once and talked to him one other time. Just in basic chit chat. But his story has not changed from me or to me, based on what he said. And I've never really seen him give any other public interviews or anything like that. Okay, so okay, now that's different. That's after the fact. If there was people there at that time, Gretchen, if Tara is saying that there was people when she got there were classmates of girls under the bridge, that's after the fact. I'm not too concerned about what happened after the fact because Flannel Shirt Guy says he didn't see anybody there, and Cheyenne told me that she didn't see anybody else there. So that was the time that the murders were happening. Up until when Derek arrived at 3:15, the people that I know was there was Cheyenne and her girlfriend, Flannel Shirt Guy, the bridge guy, and Abby and Libby. Okay, so that's really what I'm looking at. And do I think it's a trucker other than Redwine? No, I do not. I believe it's a person that's right here in Delphi, hiding in plain sight, just like I've been saying for over a year now. That I believe that the person was from Delphi. I even said it in November last year. I was standing right here and said, nobody ever takes into the account that he could have parked here. I was standing right there when I said that. Or that he could have parked here, anywhere along here, because his vehicle could remain hidden. I said that last year, ladies and gentlemen. And I also said in that same video that, or in the next video, that the person's probably right here in Delphi. And I probably know who he is. I just can't pinpoint it. Because it's not a person that we all are looking at. It's not one of these sex offenders. It's not one of these big-time felons. It's not me. It's not Kat. It's not any of these people. It's someone who's not committed a crime. They have committed a crime, but they've never been arrested, is what I should say. Well, see, that's the thing is it's not going to be Scott LaFont because law enforcement has said not a person of interest, not a suspect. That means his whereabouts checked out. Yes, he did participate in part of the making of the sketch. Okay. So, yes, he did. He did participate in part of that. Why would they lie about that? Why would they lie about him being a person of interest? They've told us everybody else who's a person of interest in the case. Yeah, but you can't say that that sketch is definitely him. It does look kind of like him, but then again, those sketches look like about 1 million other people too. That's a good question. Lots of chatter right now insinuating law enforcement too intimately involved with the tiny community, have too many loyalties, etc., maybe hiding things, your thoughts. I don't think they're hiding anything. I just think that they're keeping everything very close knit because I don't think the FBI would allow something to be hidden. The FBI is on this. You got to remember. The FBI director has been briefed on this a few times. The governor is briefed on this. You know, they're not going to let anything like that slide. If it was some hiding and corrupt stuff going on like that and the FBI was involved, they would nail somebody. Faith says, why would a public official or church leader do this? Is there a connection somewhat that we don't know about or somewhere that we don't know about? Well, here's the deal. Thomas Bruce was a preacher. Now they're thinking he's a serial killer. A lot of these people that are serial killers or that do these crimes lead these double lives that nobody really knows about. People don't expect that. They always go back and say, wow, he was a good dude. He was a great guy. You know, like never would have guessed that. Never would have guessed that he'd be capable of something like that. Never had a problem with him. That's what it is. You know? Yeah, you know, two people who look like the sketch, Bruce, Mark, you know, Other people look like that sketch. It is. I'm going to tell you, it's someone local to the Delphi area. I don't even know if Kat knows about the Thomas Bruce update. I don't even know. I'm surprised he hasn't went live already. Flannel shirt guy does not resemble bridge guy at all. If you guys would like, I will show you what he looks like. Let me pull him up. Give me just a second and I will pull him up. And then we can go talk about him. There he is. He's an old man in his 70s, doesn't look anything like the bridge guy. Let's see if I can get any more photos of Dave. Nope, doesn't look like he has one. Although he does have a cover photo of the Monon High Bridge. That's his cover photo right there. But I don't think he looks anything like the bridge guy. Does anybody else? Yes, a Bruce update. Yes, Barbara. You need to go over to Haunted Reflections. And at 8 o'clock, I will give a Bruce update. Okay. So do you think random attack or message sent to someone, maybe family? Random attack. Nobody knew the girls were going to be there that day. Completely random. It was a completely random attack. Yeah. It appears that there is an update on Mr. Bruce, and I will put that video together. It won't take me very long, but I will have that video ready to air at 8 o'clock on Haunted Reflections. So please go subscribe to it. I need a bunch of subscribers on that channel because that's where I'm going to be doing an update because I can't go live on my channel and I can't hog up WKAT all the time. Okay. So at 8 o'clock, Haunted Reflections, that's where I'll give the update on Thomas Bruce. And then we can talk about it. Or whatever. But I know Jess was wanting to talk about some things or whatever. She wants to go live and talk, and we can very well just talk about whatever she wants to talk about. But the only thing that I'm going to give up or give you guys on is 8 o'clock there. And you know what? It's 8 o'clock Eastern time. And right now it is 2:06 p.m. Okay. So you're going to have to wait till 8 o'clock. All right. So actually, you know what? Let me go grab the link to the channel. And I will post it. Post it in here. I'll post it right here. Let me post it in here. Right there. That's the channel you guys need to subscribe to. Click that link and go on over there and subscribe to that channel, and you will see me at 8 o'clock. I'm on Eastern time. It's 2:07 right now, so 6 hours from now, I will have your Thomas Bruce update. Ladies and gentlemen, a Thomas Bruce update. Yep. So it'll be 7 p.m. for those of you on Central Time and 6 p.m. for those of you on Mountain Time? And then 5 p.m. for those of you on Pacific Time. And it'll be 1 a.m. in the UK and Ireland. Sorry. Sorry about that, UK. If you guys weren't already in tomorrow by then you guys will get the update tomorrow, I guess. Which is weird. So what time is it there right now? In the UK and Ireland. You know my grandmother's from Ireland. I'm Irish. I'm Hawaiian and Irish. Isn't that cool? Hold on, I missed something there. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay. Wow. 7:10 p.m. Wow, that's crazy. 7:08. Wow, that's crazy. You guys are in the future. You can tell me what's already happened. I'm in the past. Isn't that weird? Make sure you guys hit that like button, please. I like those like buttons. It helps the YouTube algorithm. So please make sure to like the video. Now, does anybody have any questions about whatever you want to talk about? Join me in a pop power. Yeah, see. So I smoke these cigars. And I quit smoking cigarettes long time ago. Like December. I think I smoked like a couple cigarettes since then. And that's just because, but they're gross. But I smoke these cigars now. And I'm proud to say that I don't smoke cigarettes. And they are absolutely disgusting now. I do like the taste of these. And I don't smoke nearly as many of these as I do as cigarettes. Oh gosh, Joe. Joe Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Joe. I'm not going to play it again. But go over to my channel, True Crime Investigates. It's like a 6-minute video on Mark Redwine. Go look at it. Okay? And then you will be updated on Mark Redwine and his Delphi connection. That will give you all the information on Mark Redwine right there. Okay, Joe? And then come back and tell me what you think about that. No, I don't vape. Sorry. Tried that. It makes me cough worse than a cigarette or anything else does. What is the shack? Or I'm sorry. My lunch is ready. Yeah, I won't play it again. What does the shack got to do with Delphi? Nothing. Oh, the movie The Shack, it's very similar. That the guy went through what they went through. Okay, missing kid in the woods. She died or whatever. It's like a faith-based video, kind of religious. And we're in a very religious town. So it's just, it's a movie that reminded them of the situation, is what it was. And that's really what it boils down to. Yeah, Lily, I had an update on Redwine in Delphi. Okay. Yep. Just the facts is a trucker. Uh-oh. Wacky tobacky. You know what? Vote Bill Levin for Indiana governor if you're in Indiana, and wacky tobacco will be legal. Bill Levin, First Church of Cannabis, ladies and gentlemen. Friend of mine, and running for governor. And no, Redwine is not up for the death sentence. He faces 15 to life in prison for second-degree murder, meaning it happened on the spot. Okay? But if you smoke and you want it legalized in Indiana, then you're going to have to vote Bill 11 for governor. Yes, it is a black and mild. Yes, it is. So, yeah, you know what? And I used to live in Michigan, Barbara. And I puffed it down like puffing it down in Michigan. Hey, you know what, man? I had a picture of me smoking a joint like this long when I was in Michigan. Oh, and also got a picture with Tommy Chong. Isn't that cool? Yeah, it takes 15 seconds of my life. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to live very long anyway. Not too worried about it. Hey, I'm Republican. And I would legalize it. That's why Greeno would make a great sheriff. Hey, Jess, do you still have that photo of me puffing that joint? I want that photo. Yeah, I met Tommy Chong and his wife as well in Texas at a comedy club with my cousins. You watched Church of Cannabis last night? Me too. You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see? Thank you. I just fixed my hair just a few minutes ago. It's still kind of wet. They were here in Indiana not too long ago. Wow, that's cool. Or a long time ago. That's cool. So, what are we going to talk about today? Has anybody made a PayPal donation? Guess I could check. If anybody's made a PayPal donation, I could give you a shout out if you want. YouTube is my life, ladies and gentlemen. It is my main source of income other than doing the no PayPal donations today. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So videography is my thing. And so I want everybody to know that if you need some, like a wedding filmed, music video, anything and everything, I'm that dude. I'm that dude, man. I'm the dude. Hit me up. Greeno Productions, gpfilmcrew@gmail.com, and we can create a video for you guys. If you need a campaign ad, if you need a business commercial, if you need radio advertisements, if you need photography, if you need anything filmed, all you have to do is reach out to me at gpfilmcrew@gmail.com. Let me know what it is, and I will give you a quote, and we will go from there. Okay? If you have a YouTube channel and you need your little intro video made, or you need help editing, or you need me to set up social media marketing for you, I can do that. I can create websites. Okay? So just hit me up. I will be glad to do those things because that is my job. That is my profession, is video editing and filming. Okay? So don't hesitate. Just reach on out and say, hey, need this. So I would appreciate it if you guys brought me in some business. All right? And I'll hook you up with a finder's fee if you can find someone who wants my services. All right? So you need to get some more business cards? Yes, you can be sheriff with a background. There are several felons that are sheriffs. You can be any elected position other than a member of Congress with a felony. Just so everybody knows that. So yes, I can be the sheriff. There are several sheriffs that are felons. I could be the mayor. I could be a judge, even with no law background, like lawyer, anything like that. You got to be voted in. I can do that. What is my view of the DNA? I know they said they have it, but if that's the case and they think he is the Delphi area, why don't law enforcement organize a DNA collection of local males? They have tried that. But see, you don't have to give it if you don't want without warrants. Yeah, I can't just take anybody's DNA. You have a right to say no. Just like if a cop pulls you over and they say, "Can we search your vehicle?" You can say, "No, I'm not doing that." There's no reason. You don't have to, you know? Sorry, I'm reading my Indiana State Police updates. All right. So, but why would you? Because some people just don't want to. They're like, I'm not getting my DNA to that database. Corruption, people. A lot of corruption around here. What is a bounty hunter? Sorry if that's a stupid question. We don't have those on this side of the pond. Okay. Guess I could explain what a bounty hunter is. A bounty hunter is a person. Okay, over here we have bail bond systems. So if someone gets arrested and goes to jail, what happens is that they're held in jail and they can pay a bond, a bail bond, in order to get out of jail. Okay? And give me just a second. I'm going to... see if I can pull something up. See if I can find it. Okay, so when you go to jail, you can pay a bail bond to get out of jail. Now, if you pay that bond, you pay a bail bondsman, and the bail bondsman gets you out of jail because what you do is, let's say they set your bail at $100,000. Well, most people don't have $100,000, but what they can do is pay a bail bondsman 10%. And when you pay a bail bondsman 10%, the bail bondsman puts up the rest of that money. Okay, so $90,000 of the bail bondsman's money, plus your 10%, $100,000, goes to the court, and that's a guarantee that you're going to show up to court, because if you show up to court, the bail bondsman gets their money back, and they profit your $1,000 or your $10,000. Now, if you don't go to court, the court starts taking so much of the money, and they got 91 days to submit the defendant back to court. Otherwise, so much money will be... you'll lose it. Okay, you'll lose the money. The bail bondsman will. And basically what it is if you skip out on bail, the bail bondsman is responsible for bringing you back in. Now, here's what happens. The bail bondsman hires a bounty hunter, or most bail bondsmen are bounty hunters. Me, I'm a bounty hunter, former bail bondsman. What we do is we go and we find the person and we arrest them and we bring them back to jail. Okay. And I'll pull up some documents right here and show you guys. So this is my bail bond school pre-licensing class this is 20-hour bail bonds class. And then that is my bail bonds license. And that is the surety producer license to be a bail bondsman. Okay. And then that was my first check from the television show. And then that's a taser that I carried around. But basically, a bail bondsman or a bounty hunter is, see, like there's me well, this is a script right here, but that's there's me in my bounty hunter uniform or whatever, and then this is my badge. So that is what it is. And hey, thank you, Alaska Blue, with a PayPal donation, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what a bounty hunter is, and that's what a bounty hunter does. If you guys are interested. So that's what bounty hunters do. They track people down and pick them up. You're welcome. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm a bounty hunter on Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, there you go. Hey, history, what's going on? Grand Theft Auto 5 is a video game where you can run around and do stuff. It's like you're a person. You can go through all through the city. You can drive cars. You can ride bicycles. You can fly helicopters. You can get in like shootouts with the police, and they're all chasing you down, and you're like driving through the city. Very, very cool game, actually. Very realistic game. But it's kind of cool. And so what me and my friends used to do is we would be on the Grand Theft Auto, and we would go and we'd like go beat up a cop or go kill a cop on the thing, right? On the game. And then the cops would start chasing you. And then it would start chasing you, and it's like the longer that you stay away, and like the more they like start shooting back at them and stuff like that, they swarm the area and they start shooting at you, and they're shooting at you and you're shooting at them. You can like they start bringing in more and more cops. There's like 5 stars that you can get. Now, if you get 5 stars, that means you're on like the heavy duty. The military's showing up to try to get you. You know, like it's very intense game, but it's fun game. And that's not really what the game's about, is doing that, but it is fun to do that. Okay. Cool. That's awesome. History Unleashed. History Unleashed. One last class to finish. Wow, you got a bachelor's in history, art history. That is cool. Alaska Blue for president. That's so interesting. So yeah. Yeah, pick up a cup you drink out of. Yeah, but it has to come from law enforcement. Like there's some people that are like, hey man, I picked this cup up from this dude and took it to him. That's not evidence right there, because law enforcement can't take something like that. Like if you suspect Bruce of being the bridge guy and you go and find a cup, watch him throw a cup down, and you pick the cup up and take it to law enforcement and say, I saw him drink out of this cup. They can't take that. They have to be the ones to do that. You see what I'm saying? Because it's chain of command there. You know, like, yeah. And you know what, dude? Watch Dog the Bounty Hunter. There you go. That's a good one. Watch Dog the Bounty Hunter, or watch my new show that'll be coming out eventually. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold on. Promo. Here we go. I'll show you guys this. Check this out. My new show. You like bounty hunting? You're going to love this. my ways. Don't waste your breath saying crime never pays. Going for a ride, running to survive. When living outside the law. When living outside the law. Cool, huh? Not cool. Wanted. Which woman, Charlie? What about doing a walkthrough of that other murder in Delphi, that woman? Are you talking about where the old man murdered her? His wife? The show's going to be on TV. And then YouTube. Yeah. What are you talking about, Charlie? Explain a little more, please. I'm curious. Hey, thank you very much for the PayPal donations. It is greatly accepted, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you want mentioned, but I will say thank you very much for making a PayPal donation. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make a PayPal donation, then you can definitely do so at the PayPal link seen at the very top of your screen, right above me, right there. Right there. You can make a PayPal donation right there. Southern style. Wanted. Very cool. Yeah. And that's a spinoff of the Southern Bounty television series that I was on years ago. Short-lived television series, only did one season, then got canceled because I kicked in the wrong door looking for a fugitive and got arrested myself. Bummer. Yeah. Really screwed up there. You know? Hey, thanks, Joe Johnson. You checked it out. That's cool. So while we're waiting on Charlie to get back with us about the things, or about what he's talking about with the murders, does anybody else want to talk about anything else? We can talk. We can go about 15 more minutes or so. We can just keep talking or whatever. Talk about whatever. I still got to make the Thomas Bruce videos, so I need some time to. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Gretchen did donate, and thank you very much, Gretchen, and Alaska Blue for making PayPal donations. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. What do you mean? Oh no, Anthony. Yeah, we appreciate PayPal donations, ladies and gentlemen. This is my job, is making videos that you guys want to see, really. And you know what? I love it because it's like I get to do what you want. And it's like making PayPal donations. I had someone reach out to me one day and say, you know what? I don't mind sending you this much money a month because guess what? I paid for, yeah, the arrest. Yeah, yeah, big time. Someone told me this is, you know what? I paid for television, cable, and was constantly just flipping through the channels and never got to see anything that I really wanted to see. Or if you did, you had to be there at the right time, or maybe you had to DVR it or whatever. And then, but the television's not going to answer your questions. They're not going to get on there and be like, hey, now we're live here, and we wanted to answer a question from some dude in Delphi, Indiana, named Anthony Greeno. Anthony Greeno has a question for us about the video we just aired. And then, tells us, like they don't do that. But here, YouTube is television. YouTube is designed to have your own television channel. And this is my television channel on YouTube. And you guys are the ones that are basically subscribing, or it's your cable bill, if that's what you want to say. You don't have to. It's free. But by making donations, it helps this channel stay on, much like the major networks. If you go watch A&E, they're making money because you watch it. They're making money because you watch it. So you're paying them by watching their stuff. And same concept here. You're helping me out, keeping this channel going to get to watch what you guys want to watch. I don't watch TV. I don't even have TV. My TV is YouTube. Because you know why? If I'm bored with the program, I just type something else in or go watch a different version of it. Any updates on the bridge? Have you watched my mine and Jess's video, Off the Beaten Path? Armstrong? Have you watched that? Off the Beaten Path? Well, see, Ostrom Nada, I already talked to his sister, and that's where she said he was going. And that's what they do. Plus, he had a co-writer. Oh, with the crane? Yeah, they were fixing the bottom. Armstrong, did you see that video, Off the Beaten Path? It does have the crane in it. Where we're walking through the creek and stuff. Upcoming Thomas Bruce information at 8 o'clock tonight on Haunted Reflections. Make sure that you guys go over there and check out that. Oh, yeah, you can walk over the bridge. That's Haunted Reflections right there. You guys need to look that up and subscribe. That's the channel right there, the link. So 8 o'clock tonight. You guys can go over there and check that out, and we can talk about Thomas Bruce at that time. What's up? So, yeah, cable, YouTube's better. Yeah, the injustice that happened was terrible. You know what? And that's the thing is 8 o'clock. We'll talk about that. Whoops. Did I type that? I meant reflections. Yeah, reflections. There we go. So, yeah, we can go over there and we can chat about it. 8 o'clock tonight. That's Eastern time, ladies and gentlemen. Eastern time. Right now it is 2:37 p.m. And I will be on here about 9 more minutes, and I will cut out, and then I will go make the Thomas Bruce video, and then I will air it at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. But we'll do it on Haunted Reflections, and then we can talk from there. Okay? That's what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Southern style. Yeah. We'll be here. Yeah. So 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific, and 1 a.m. if you're in the UK and Ireland. Start getting, new info on Thomas Bruce. New information that makes me say, possibility. Possibility. I'm not saying he is, but it's possibility. It's opening up avenues of weird things, but it's possibility. That's all I'm going to say. New England clam chowder. I haven't enabled it. No super chat yet. Okay, so if you guys want to make a donation, you're going to have to do it at the PayPal donation page, which is right there. Okay, PayPal. You're going to have to type that in. And I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight, but it's going to be good. I'll probably be eating when we're on the podcast. That's just what I do. I always eat. Getting hungry now. So think that after this, probably going to go eat something and make that Thomas Bruce video. Yeah, and please make sure that you do like this video. Please hit the thumbs up video. Make sure you share it to like other social media outlets. That is greatly appreciated. That helps subscribers come to this channel to get the information that they want to see, especially if it's on the Delphi double homicide case. You're going to want to subscribe to True Crime Investigates, which is my channel, True Crime Investigates, and my copyright strike is up. However, I still can't live stream from YouTube for some reason because YouTube is being an idiot. So YouTube, please quit being an idiot and let me live stream, because I want to live stream on my channel. I don't want to have to go use other people's channels to live stream. You know, that's not what I want to do. You know, I've got 2,823 subscribers. I said when I get 5,000 subscribers and WKAT hits 1,000 subscribers, I was going to give away that signed Jackal autograph thing. And that's just what I'm going to do. At 5,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, I need 5,000 on my channel. So please make that happen by sharing it to other social media outlets like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to share it from or share it to. That's perfectly fine with me. That's what brings it in. And my live streaming, it says still disabled. Not sure why, but I emailed YouTube and they better email me back with some good news. Like, yeah, we're sorry about that. Yeah, they need to get it fixed now. No, Indiana specialty dish. Probably beans or corn, mashed potatoes, and steak. I would say we got a lot of corn here in Indiana. A lot of corn. Indiana is a very farm-like place, very beautiful place, very interesting place to live. Very old-timey. Not February 13th, February 12th. February 12th, Mark did a pickup. Not February 13th. Joe. Corn and beans, Ohio and Indiana. Yep. So, yeah, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We got 5 more minutes to go, and then I will jump off of here. Yeah, Iowa's another. You know, we got all these old-timey, a lot of horse and buggies around here. As you've seen from that other video, the cave tour. Yeah, and if you guys want to see the cave tour, you need to go check out Haunted Reflections. Cave tour. Boom. Awesome. We went on a cave tour. Freaking awesome. Let me go. What? Okay. By the way, Haunted Reflections is going to premiere a new video here soon, like in the next hour or two. Meanwhile, I'll be editing the Thomas Bruce thing and getting that ready to do at 8 o'clock when we go on here live or whatever. And then we can go from there. So when you type in Haunted Reflections on YouTube, you're going to come up with a page that looks very much like this one right there. Haunted Reflections. And you'll be able to see the Spring Mill Haunted Village of the Halloween place that we went to. Awesome, scary. Jess and Greeno live. The Spring Mill Cave Tour right there. That's a good one. The Starkweather Rampage. The Q&A live stream with me and Jess. Spring Mill part. Let's see, that's part 2 right there. The Haunted Village. Jess does spirit animals and general discussion. Yellowwood, If Trees Could Talk, Mammoth Cave, and Haunted Reflections, Empath. And there are other videos that are uploading. So you guys need to go over there and need to subscribe to that channel. That way you guys can see what I'm up to on that channel as well. Okay, so that's 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific time, and 1 o'clock p.m. if you're in the UK or Ireland. And I'm not sure what time that would be if you're in Australia. But that's pretty much what I've been doing. So killer Amish people too. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. Yeah, freedom of the press. If you're outside, okay, check this out. If you're outside or you can be seen from outside, you can be filmed. I went over this with the cops. People called the cops on me for filming them and stuff like that. If you have a window open or the blinds open and I can see in your house, it's public. If I'm on public property, I can film that. I can film that. People have called the cops on me over that. That Amish mafia stuff is fake, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying that. It's legal. The police, people called the cops on me and said, he's filming me and I'm in my house. And you know what the cops said? You're presenting yourself to the public. If you don't want to be seen in your house, close the blinds, shut the door, shut the window. If you're standing in your window, go look at these cop shows. You can film somebody. As long as you're standing in public domain, you are, you're subject to be filmed. You're allowed. It's allowed. I do it all the time. You know? Like when I'm doing stories and stuff like that, and people, like the persons of interest or anything like that, and they want to try to run in their house and hide and look at me out the window and cuss me out, guess what? My camera's right there, dude. My camera's right there, right in the pie hole. Do you guys remember the Kyra Boning case out of Florida? Does anybody know that? Anybody remember that case? Kyra Boning, Florida. Let's see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find this. See if I can find this thing in here. Hold on. You guys want to watch it? Does anybody remember it? Suicide. Yeah.
suicide. Here, I'll show you guys. Be right back. Bear with me, the music's kind of loud at one part, but just watch it, and then we'll end this here shortly.
A Florida, Indiana tattoo artist and business owner is asking the public for help in finding his girlfriend. Mark Green reported 25-year-old Kira Boning missing on October 8, 2018. Boning was last seen driving away in her boyfriend's 2006 Dodge Caravan minivan. She is listed as between 5'5" and 5'7" in height, weighing between 125 and 150 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She is believed to be in possession of a 9mm handgun. The vehicle was found by Clinton County Sheriff's deputies abandoned on a railroad bed in a rural area. Kira's personal items were found locked inside the car. WKAT investigative reporter and co-anchor Anthony Greeno is live on the scene in Florida, Indiana with more on this story. Anthony.
Yeah, Michael, the events that are taking place here in the town of Flora are definitely causing some folks to be on edge. The disappearance of Kira Boning definitely has the community talking. Police have not labeled Mark a suspect in the case, but Flora Police Chief Paul Redmond said it is a suspicious incident. Right now, I'm going to give you a closer look into the case because, ironically, Mark Green is the same man that we met a few weeks ago at the Depot Festival in Flora. We were exercising our right to free press and creating a media presentation when an angry business owner threatened and tried to intimidate me to the point I requested police. All that information was turned over to the Carroll County prosecutor for review. No charges have been officially filed. But this topic has got the attention of the public, and many are asking the question, who is Mark Green?
If you think about the fact that she could be laying out there by herself. You're about to get knocked out, buddy. You touch me, you're going to go down.
He says he and his fiancée, Kira Boning, got into an argument Tuesday night.
Nothing really adds up. Nothing really makes sense.
It's been nearly a month since we first met Mark Green and his girlfriend, Kira Boning. The volatile temper Mark showed reflected negativity on his professional character. It caused us to wonder why a local business owner would be so threatening in a public setting. As we were filming for a presentation for my personal channel, Mark became enraged. He made it clear that he didn't like my work, or me for that matter. It should be duly noted that Mark and WKAT had no prior contact other than that incident. Mark's opinion of me is that I spread nothing but lies in the Delphi murders, that I'm not a bounty hunter and never was. Well, here's a news flash for you, Mark.
Now, according to this Facebook page, he is back in Indiana and is working with the local sheriff's office and the FBI to track a killer. 14-year-old Libby German and 13-year-old Abby Williams disappeared while hiking. They were later found murdered in the woods about 70 miles outside of Indianapolis in February.
My opinion of Mark is that he is an arrogant asshole who gets violent when things don't go his way. After posting a video about this, we received several calls and text messages. Let's take a look at what the public is saying, and then you decide if Mark Green is a compassionate lover concerned for his girlfriend, or if in fact he is a man with the dark side.
You got something to say about me?
I'm just saying, this is Mark Green right here.
Let's go talk about Mark Green in the alley.
Mark?
Let's go talk about Mark Green over here in the alley.
Let's talk about Mark Green in the alley.
Touch my camera, you'll go to jail, Mark. You're about to get knocked out, buddy. If you touch me, you're going to go to jail. Now I'm walking away. Mark? Mark Reed. Yep. Police. Camera in my face again. I'm telling you what, man. That's my camera. Let's move on.
If Kyra was believed to be carrying a 9mm handgun, then that raises more questions as to what really happened. The following statement is based on a WKAT investigation into this incident. This is merely an opinion, and we urge you to create your own based on the information provided in this segment. On October 8th, Mark stated that they had a domestic dispute. Kyra left in his minivan. He later reported that vehicle stolen. That tells me he called it in being spiteful that his girlfriend left, as it appears she has done so many times before. It is our assumption that one of two things occurred. Number one, she ditched the car and left with someone she knows to avoid prosecution for being in possession of stolen property. Or two, if perhaps she was abducted, then it seems likely the person abducting her was someone she trusted. Someone who knew she carried a firearm and where it was located in the vehicle. The firearm is for protection. Mark now lists his relationship status as single on the popular dating website Meet Me, and as of 11:20 a.m. October 15th, his profile shows him active. So the question is, where exactly is Kyra Boney? Is there any foul play suspected? Did her mental health state cause her to self-harm, or did she simply leave Mark for another man and refuses to be found? You make the call. So there you go. That was the story of Mark Green and Kyra Boning and Kyra, however you say it, Kyra. She ended up committing suicide. That was determined by the police. And so ironically, Fat Kid Inc. was directly across the street from my Greeno production studio, right across the street. And Mark and I had a couple incidents where we about got into a fight. And he's an asshole, plain and simple. But it is what it is, and he got mad that we was filming out there that day, and it was people were like, "Well, that's because you was accusing him of a crime." But no, wasn't even any crime. There wasn't even any crime at that time. You know what I mean? There wasn't even any crime. She was still alive at that point. She wasn't even missing. I met her. It was 2 weeks prior to that incident. That's what made me do that. And someone said you should do more stories like this. You know what? I would do more stories like this, and that's the point of me trying to make more videos and more content. And the thing is I need to make more, I need to find more content, make more videos on these things and stuff like that. I like to do the things where I can be there and do them. Okay. So that's kind of what I do. You know, I like to go do that. You know what? I couldn't do anything like that because if I hit him or anything like that, then we were standing right there at a public festival, the Depot Festival. And we both would have been arrested. So, but he's like, let's go talk about Mark Green in the alley. So let's talk about Mark Green in the alley. You know, he thought he was going to try to intimidate me. You're not going to intimidate me, dude. I'm not scared of you. And he knows that. And then, so he just kept his distance and I didn't bother him after that. We did have a talk about it and got over it. But it is what it is. And you know what? I'll put myself out there to anything and everything just to get the stories for you guys, because that's what an investigative reporter does, is goes out and does the stories because that's what you guys want to see, right? You guys want to see the controversy. You guys want to see the cool stuff, the intense stuff where you're right there in someone's face like, dude, did you do it? Did you do it, dude? You know, push them for the answers, piss them off. And they'll start talking. Oh man, you shouldn't have told Michael about that. I wanted to see what he'd say when I broke the news. But I'm sure plenty of people have sent it to him. Oh, the police shot a woman in her home. You know what? I did see that. And so, yeah, I did see that. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost 3 o'clock. Here soon, I'm going to jump off here in about 3 minutes. Stop scratching the wall. Hey. Cat scratching the wall. Quit scratching the wall. Just like that.
The cat scratches the wall. I had to like, I threw a lighter over there to like hit the wall, and he jumped up. It's like, quit scratching up the wall, dude. Kick your ass, man. All right, so Haunted Reflections. Yes, gonna have a new video later tonight on Haunted Reflections. So make sure that you guys go over there, Haunted Reflections. Subscribe, and you will see that. Okay? And you will see the videos. I think a new video is going to premiere here soon. But we're going to have the Bruce update over here. I'll probably put the Bruce update on my channel, but we will talk about it over here for a little bit. But this is not my channel, but this is where I'm going to be. Haunted Reflections. Okay? So go over there and make sure you hit the subscribe button. You guys check out the Spring Mill Haunted Village. Oh, man, it's awesome. The Haunted Village. Oh, gosh, it was so cool. It was so cool. It was very, very cool. Yeah, over 100 subs, 133. So please go over there and make sure you guys subscribe to that. And we can discuss further Thomas Bruce things at that time. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to email me right there. Make sure to like the video. Join WKAT on Facebook. And you already know my PayPal link is right there on the screen, as always. You don't have to make a donation, but it is greatly appreciated because it helps us get to the places to do the content that you like to see. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I hope you do. So, whoops. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute left, and I am out of here. And like I always say, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Please subscribe to True Crime Investigates, Haunted Reflections, and WKAT on YouTube. Please share to all your other social media outlets like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever the hell you would like to share it from. On that note, everybody, I'm Anthony Greeno. Keep it Southern style, y'all.